Welcome.
Welcome.
I feel welcomed.
Welcome, William.
Welcome, William. Welcome, William. Welcome to WOM.
William of Mouth.
We can rename that for this week only.
Yeah.
I just want to say this is a pretty big deal. William just officially named our fan group the Wombats.
Yep.
Which I'm a pretty big fan of.
I think it's awesome.
It wasn't a huge stretch. I figured out about that already.
He's the number one Wombat.
Well, the thing is, like, we can't name it ourselves because that's kind of weird, you know?
There it is.
There's the sticker. Everybody look. Look here.
He's gotten really good.
That's awesome.
Number one Wombats. Wow.
William Harmon. Welcome
That's
on the
right.
podcast, man.
Welcome to Word of Mouth. We're stoked to have you.
Stoked to be here. Honestly, love this atmosphere you built.
Thanks.
William, tell everybody who you are, man. What are you doing here?
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I've been in Birmingham for like 14 years. We're going back pretty far.
Keep your mic closer. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That does help. I was born in Brookwood Medical Center. Shout out. Not a sponsor.
One.
Yet.
Yeah,
Well, it doesn't exist anymore now. It's Baptist Health.
Baptist, yeah, and Women's Health or something. I was born there, grew up in Montgomery, went to Auburn, kind of been around Birmingham now for the last 15 years. I feel like once you hit double digits, you're kind of, like, you've been here. You know? Yeah. Work in higher education, but I've always dabbled in food and beverage. Part of that is on the customer side of the bar most of the time. And part of that is kind of being a home cook. During the pandemic, it started becoming more and more of a hobby where I had a lot of free time and people that need to get fed. So working on improving the aesthetics, the plating, the sauces, doing a little Instagram stuff. And eventually we're like, hey, you could do this with cocktails too. Man, this is kind of a pitch. We're pitching.
We're pitching.
Send it.
Around this time, like, travel was starting to pick back up, and I was on planes for work, 3 or 4 days a week. And it dawned on me, you can pay $1,000 for a first class ticket from Atlanta to Los Angeles, and the best drink option they can give you is a Jack and Coke or like a Woodford and ginger ale. Not a sponsor, shout out. And nothing wrong with those drinks, but that it doesn't feel like luxury, it doesn't feel like class anymore. And so I was in the Philadelphia airport. They used to have, this is a massive liability, a serve yourself bar. So you could go and like pour your own cocktails and take them on the airplane. Yeah, they wouldn't let you take them on the airplane, but apple juice covers a lot of whiskey sins. Thank you, Mott's. Yeah, not a sponsor.
We have a lot of not sponsors today.
I was thinking, why not make an old fashioned yourself? They've got hot water for tea. Mm-hmm. They've got like turbinado sugar sitting there. They've got bitters, serve yourself bar. So I made a little cup of simple syrup and bitters, took it on the airplane, ordered a whiskey on the rocks, boom, old fashioned. Okay, how do we replicate that experience with a whole litany of different cocktails in a small bottle? You can take on the airplane through security with you. And then there's no alcohol in the bottle. You just have the mixer portion to make this amazing cocktail. So the dream really began probably 6 or 7 years ago. And now we've fully launched as Mile High Mixers.
Sick.
Let's go. That's one of the kind of the main reasons we want to have William on the podcast today. Me and Myers both have known William for quite some time now. And to be honest with you, he's kind of a Renaissance man. He's always doing something, and it's always like pretty cool what he's up to, what he's doing. And this is his latest endeavor, and we're trying to give him a platform to really send it. So
We're platforming him right now.
yeah.
I feel platformed.
No, and this is also like a brilliant idea, and I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah. Do you want to make one yourself? You can go through the
Sure.
experience.
Yeah, take me through.
Yeah. If you're not on the video, I'll have to describe it for you. Okay, he's looking at our cocktail options. So
Whiskey
we've
sour.
launched. We've got a brand. We partnered with a design company out of Auburn, and wanted to go for this mid-century kind of Bauhaus-inspired design back when flight was sexy and cool. Mm-hmm. A lot of misogyny happened too. Not fans of bringing that forward, but like that was the era when it felt really awesome. They had premium offerings. So bring the first class back into cocktails. So we've got 3 offerings right now. I've got an old fashioned, we've got a whiskey sour, and we've got a blood orange margarita, and they're all real fruit juice and agave, the real sugars, no extracts, no concentrates, the real deal.
Wow.
So the idea, you can do this if you want to.
Yep.
You order a whiskey on the rocks or a tequila on the rocks, and they bring you the ice and the liquor. All we're asking you to do is dump the rest of it in there and give it a stir. So
Sick.
that's what we're doing.
So I really just dump it in there.
Dump it in there. Yeah, no measuring involved because they're spec'd, 1-to-1. So they're both opening the minis of. Stephen has chosen the clear alcohol, the tequila. Myers is going for the whiskey. It's still 1.69 ounces, what 50 milliliters is. So it's not a crazy strong drink. We had to spec what's in the bottle, put the right amount of water in there, right amount of sugar. Pour it in and stir.
It's a built-in stirrer too.
Get some of this.
Be real. Yeah, ASMR content.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's really good.
I will tell you, that one, I should have stopped you. The old fashioned does make 2. So
Oh,
you've just
okay.
made it like doubly
A
sweet.
double.
Or you can
Oops.
yeah, we struggle. That one's like really gonna be sweet now. I'll make you the whiskey sour and
Okay.
I can fix that one up. The idea there being if you make an old fashioned, you're not putting that much liquid in it. It's like a quarter
Right.
ounce and then some bitters.
That is tasty though.
We
And
the
this one
flavors
is
are there.
whiskey sour.
Oh, there's no whiskey in there. You gotta dump that in too.
Oops. Do I do the whole thing?
Yeah, whole thing.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah, the fruit juice ones we can put a lot more fruit juice in there to make up the volume and balance things out. Anyway, if you're still listening to this, good on you.
You really need to be, if you're a listener, you really need to be a viewer today.
No,
I'll
but
just
it's
say that.
fun. It's fun to have an interactive podcast going on right now.
That is so interesting. Okay, so tell me, like, you fly a lot.
Wow.
Also, yeah, what do you do for your normal job, William?
So,
You said you work in higher education.
I've worked for the same company for 14 years, which is like a whole career when you're a millennial in a tech role.
I was going to say.
We're a DC-based higher education firm, so we help schools with enrollment, retention, financial aid, and I'm often on campus. I had a call this morning with UNC, go Heels, shout out. They are
Not sponsored.
at student experience, engagement, belonging. Have y'all talked about the anxious generation on this pod before?
I'm sure we have.
Probably.
I don't know.
I mean, advisors on campus, and this is going to blow your mind, I'm sure, from your student experience, are basically being asked to become therapists and counselors and social workers,
Yeah.
advocates, and we have
Really?
technology that helps support those kind of things. Yeah.
Wait, because that's just like one of the safe spaces people feel to like open up. Because you
Yeah.
are kind of talking about your major, you're talking about dreams.
Your life. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
You know, to be real, like the people at Sanford that stick around and do the admissions counselor role, isn't that the same thing? Or no, that's a different thing. Actually, I can't really tell.
Admissions is the front end. Usually these are called success coaches or academic advisors. Things
Okay.
Like that. Yeah.
So advisors is like who you go to like sign, or not to sign up your class for your classes with, but like they tell you what to take and stuff. That's who advisors are.
They do give you that advice. Yeah. Yeah, but it seems like I'm looking for an
Advisors.
internship. What kind of career should I go into? There's a lot of those questions going down.
That's so interesting. Okay, so
Trying to
anyways,
subdue
so
the
you,
rum in it now.
but that's what you do. So you're on the phone with UNC, like that's the kind of stuff that you do. So you're on airplanes a lot.
Yep.
And do you fly first class a lot because of your job?
Because of my status, yeah. Delta somewhat cares about how much money I spend on that airline, so like you do get upgraded a lot.
Yeah.
You don't pay for it.
Yeah, I've always been curious about that because you're obviously like probably a medallion member or whatever it's called, like with Delta, and so not many people are actually paying for first class. A lot of like just constant customers are getting upgraded to first class. Is that how it goes?
So this is gonna blow your mind. Have you heard of Facebook? Okay, their entire Facebook groups just for like Delta Diamond Medallion members, like which is like their top tier, where they talk about exactly what you mentioned, like how often are you getting upgraded, what credit cards, what is the algorithm that puts you higher on the upgrade list. So it's
Really?
like having an Amex card, having an Amex Reserve card, the amount you spend on that card, the amount of status you have, obviously like butts and seats is what they call it, flying. And then there's these unicorns called WFBF. You want first, you buy first. So most people are getting upgraded, but like sometimes you just spend the money and buy the ticket you want. That's how you get it.
You want first, you buy. That's like that's like their stance.
So people be like, dang, bunch of WFBF on this plane. my upgrade list is it's gonna be very low.
That's funny. My father-in-law, he travels for work, and he's like a absolute, like, I forget what it's called, like Hilton's like thing, like their membership, like the IHG.
Diamond,
Yeah, he literally gets to, like, they literally just sent him. I can't remember what it was last year. I think they were like, you get to go for a week for free if you go to Hawaii this week. So he's just, it was like one of those weird things. He did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it was like a week, and it was in Kauai, over near like the cool side of Kauai, like next to that like really bougie neighborhood. And it was on the beach.
That's
like just
crazy.
like a beautiful Hilton resort. But that kind of stuff's like, that world is just so crazy for, I feel like, I'll say it this way. That world is so irritating sometimes to the rest of us, because to people that it's like everyday life, y'all act like it's like not that big of a deal at all, because it's just like every day. But to the rest of us, we're like, what? You get upgraded to first class?
It's funny to me because we'll like go to Budapest with a girl who's never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
And then we'll hang out with William, who like is tired of being on planes because he flies 4 times a week or whatever it is. It's funny how some people's work literally is that.
Yep.
Dude, I want to talk through this.
Talk me.
I don't know much about mixology at all. So how did you
quality control? Because we did taste testers of all 3 of these, and all 3 of those are like,
these are better than drinks that I get at bars here.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not the best bars.
Yeah, but like many bars I've been to.
Yeah, it's my yesterday saying whiskey sour is their least favorite drink. He said, "This is the best I've ever tried."
Wow.
Forget that you took you 2 seconds to do this on an airplane, with zero effort. Cocktails are, not a big idea. All about balance. So having your sugars, your acids, and then dilution is the thing that people kind of forget about. So when you shake a cocktail, it's not just about chilling it. That'd be important, but it's also adding just the right amount of water.
Right. You
get some emulsion, it makes your mouth feel, that sort of thing. If you were just to put, lemon juice and sugar into that bottle, it would just be like a kind of too thick, too syrupy. It wouldn't emulsify with the liquor the right way. So we do add a little bit of water to all the cocktails to bring the volume up and some dilution in there. But that's all. It's just about balance. When we first got started, it was me getting a bunch of like organic juices from Whole Foods, making my own syrups, and then doing these in 12-quart Rubbermaid containers, and then painstakingly filtering them into bottles. And then they're not pasteurized at this point, so like kind of put them in the fridge, like keep them there for a couple of weeks, but they would be kind of test tasting with friends. And what do you think about this concept? But I wanted to have 3 recipes. I wanted a tequila focus, like a margarita thing. Everybody does a margarita, so I put blood orange juice as a spin. And then whiskey sour, because it's a really easy one to make and pretty solid. And then old fashioned, because I thought like that's got to check the box. People are expecting that.
Yeah, that's some 80s Delta vibes.
Oh yeah, except that is the hardest one. People that drink old fashions are very particular about their old fashions.
Super particular.
That's super interesting.
It's also funny because I've had so many variations on an old fashioned, and I don't even drink that much. But like pretty much every bar you go to, it's like this is the drink that everybody wants, but somehow it's different like every single time.
Yeah. I think a perfect ratio is 2 ounces of your spirit. So try Reposado tequila with an old fashioned. Try rum. Try Scotch, mezcal, whatever. So 2 ounces of your spirit, and then probably a 1/4 ounce or less of a rich simple syrup. It's like 2 to 1 sugar to water, and a couple dashes of bitters, and mix it up. Chocolate, bitters, orange, whatever. Stir it. So even when you're stirring, you're not only chilling it, you're adding some water for dilution and that mouthfeel you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cocktail.
That is it is so fascinating, like old fashions and like Myers, like I mean I pretty much never drink liquor, but Old fashioned is the drink that I usually get, and every single bar in town has a different version of it. So kind of wild. Okay, so anyway, so you travel a lot for work.
Yep.
You get upgraded to first class. At what point in your 14-year long journey with this company did this become a frustration for you? Or not a frustration, but just why can I not just get a nice, did it have to do with whenever you were living down here and you were started hanging out with all the bartenders in town, or at what point in William's story? Invite us into William's story a little bit.
Yeah. I can actually tell you just about the month. It was summer of 2017.
Okay.
And I was on the plane having this thought on why is this so hard to get a good cocktail? And right there, literally just on the plane, came up with, all right, it's an airplane motif, Mile High Club, Mile High mixers. And I just went out and is the domain available? I locked down the Instagram account in 2017.
Wow.
And then sat on it for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And then 2023 came around, and my neighbor, who's an entrepreneur, shout out entrepreneurs, was talking about this idea of what if we can create mini cocktail kits for baby showers, and probably not a baby shower, a bridal shower. Anyway, and he was going through this idea, and it was I'll be honest, I think that idea kind of sucks. But I have an idea that I've been thinking about for 6 years that I think the market is kind of ready for. Because things took a nosedive during the pandemic, and by 2023 they were back, and we started talking, filed an LLC, actually bought a bunch of ingredients, and then we had to go see, is this even feasible? Is there a company out there that can make this in bulk in these tiny bottles in a way that they can stay pasteurized and sealed and right? So it took us a year of working with a co-packer in Nashville. We had to drive up Lebanon, if you're from the Tennessee area. So we drive up there a couple of times. We R&D'd all the recipes with ingredients he could get access to, and then locked the recipes in. 3-4 months later, he's worked this into his production schedule. But it's almost like watching your kid grow up. I hope they turn out okay, and then they come home from college, and you're like, oh, actually, this turned out better than I expected.
It worked.
Yeah, I was sweating bullets driving up there to pick this up, because it was 3,000 bottles, and if it tasted like shit, we were gonna have to sit on it.
Yeah, that would suck.
So I literally opened one in the parking lot and made a cocktail in Lebanon, Tennessee, and was like, all right, I think this is business.
Send it. Let's go.
That's so cool.
Did you have an order already whenever you made them? Or are you still trying to I'm also curious, are you trying to sell these to Delta, or are you trying to sell these to Whole Foods or Piggly Wiggly or ABC or
Yes.
I don't know.
Anyone is welcome to buy them.
If you're still listening, drinkmilehigh.com. You can order these online. We're actually launching the site with some updated photos next week.
Oh, cool.
The idea is we did not have an order. We did not know if we were going to be able to sell, but honestly, we wanted this first batch just to prove it was possible.
Yeah.
And then take the recipes to a bigger co-packer, go 10 or 15x on what this is. 3,000 bottles is not a lot in this industry. So most of our orders now are frequent travelers, word of mouth, people that have come. Shout out, word of mouth.
Sponsored.
Sponsored by our own podcast on our podcast.
People who have tried them before and said, "Oh my gosh, this is incredible! Give me 12 more." We had an event last night. There's a Mass Mutual chapter here in town, and they had a Margs and Margs party. They made margarita pizzas and served margaritas.
It's a good idea.
Clever.
Come on.
So they got 50 of our of margaritas and then paired them as little gift with a mini of tequila at the door. So that's kind of where we've been. We've got a couple of conversations coming up with some private jets who are curious about stocking something that's not Diet Coke.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Refrigerator Cigarettes for their passengers. And they have flight attendants. They don't have bartenders up there. We've got some conversations with some travel influencers isn't the right word. They're more just industry leaders.
Yeah.
And then the idea is to meet with a co-packer who can set up some massive scale for us and start getting contracts rolling in. With some
I'm curious,
that's so cool.
I'm thinking, you remember the story with Josh Carnley back in the day whenever he was doing Great Bear.
Yeah.
If this guy was making candles in Birmingham, and he took him to market. Jake, sorry, not John.
Yeah, he's gonna hate that.
Oops. Sorry, Jake.
Sorry, Jake and Josh.
Yeah.
Not a listener.
Josh, previous guest, his twin brother, who you will definitely be able to tell is his twin, Jake, was running a candle company and took it to market. Market is a big thing where you take your stuff, and then big companies who buy said stuff put in big orders. And Nordstrom was like, yo,
Give me some Great Bear wax.
give me some Great Bear wax. And he was like, okay, cool. Like, how much? And it was literally like 50,000 or something like that. It was like, maybe not 50,000.
No,
was
but
it something like
it was
50,000?
a big number like that.
I think it was literally 50,000 candles.
Trial run of 25,000 candles or something crazy.
How did he possibly fill that order?
I don't know, but it was funny because I learned about this story like 2 years ago. But I vividly remember, like, me and my buddies used to go to Woodlawn where he poured the candles, like, every single week. And on Fridays, because we didn't have class on Fridays. And we would go to Woodlawn. And then this guy, like, we were homies with Jake because he was around in that area. And then Jake, like, at one point in college, like, really wanted all three of us to start working for him. Like, he was like, dude, y'all need a job? Like, I can get you a job. And around that time was whenever he got this humongous order.
That makes sense.
So, but apparently he got it in like just in time. Like he was pouring like literally all night long, every single day, like as much as he possibly could, and got the order in. And I think that was like, I think he put it up for sale like pretty much like right after that.
He sold the company.
Yeah, he sold Great Bear Wax Co. after that because he was like, I don't know if I ever want to do that again. I'm very much paraphrasing. I heard that story years ago. So, Josh, if you're listening, and please don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Jake. Jake, if you're on, please come, or like, please come on and talk about
We
this.
actually should. We should.
Yeah,
message
he's
him.
still
I
doing
hadn't
really
thought
cool
about
stuff.
that.
I don't know where he's working now. I know he was a landing, but anyways.
We also need to talk to him about ambient music. Anyway.
Yeah, he does some cool stuff. Anyways, but
Carpenter.
is there a market? The reason I bring up that story is I'm curious. Is there a market for something like this? I guess you could take it to the same sort of thing.
Like a big industry show or something like that.
You're about to be like, yeah, me and Brock have been to
hospitality.
12.
No, we are going to our first industry show.
Oh, cool.
Next week. It's not what you're talking about though. It's Rum Fest. It's our local like.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We are a vendor. There's gonna be people rolling cigars and
Cool.
making cocktails, handing out swag.
Where's that at? Sloss or something?
Iron City.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, downtown. Alabama Rum Fest. Look it up. It's like $45. You try a bunch of rums from different companies.
Is this next weekend? Is this
Yeah,
coming out next
weekend.
Friday?
It's Sunday. It's August the 10th, whatever that Sunday is. Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
coming out next Friday?
It wasn't, but I could make it.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess if this does not come out on Friday.
Sorry.
then,
Yeah, we're a couple weeks ahead.
time sensitive.
Oops. Well, then go ahead and go on to Alabama Rum Fest 7 days late before right
Yeah,
now.
7 days ago.
But we have a tablecloth. We'll have some
Good.
row pads.
Tablecloth.
Row pads going out of style.
Dude, they're
Steven.
not going out of style, man. I don't want to hear this right now. William texted me this week asking me, he was like, dude, he was like, what are the young kids wearing? And I said, runner caps and cotton surf caps are like probably the most the most in style things. But I did not ever say that row pads were going out of
I
style.
think you said that on this podcast.
No, I actually love it. Did you get the Richardson ones?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Umpqua.
Yeah, Richardson, they did whammies, and I really like them. They kind of have
Umpqua
that good,
256.
they got that nice little, like, sweat wicking material for all you sweaty bros, like all of us are. I literally walk outside, immediately sweat. That's how it is. I feel like I'm yearning for fall right now.
I need it. It's funny, actually, because we just moved into our house, and our house has great insulation, amazing insulation.
Uh-huh.
So now I have one place where it's cold, which is my
Before
house.
you did it.
Before that, I drive my 89 Saab, bad air conditioning, doesn't work well, so I'm sweating in my car. My office is great until about 1 p.m. in the afternoon when the sun starts coming in, and then my office is hot because it has windows.
Yeah.
So my house is like my only place I don't sweat right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
I love that.
Yeah. But, so I hope that goes well.
Yeah, I mean, long term, if Delta gave us that Nordstrom contract, we don't have the supply chain to fill it. So
Yeah.
it'd probably be a year before we get a contract with a big co-packer and get it out there. But that's the goal.
Yeah.
Take this to Shark Tank. Take this to the airlines directly. They can put it on the cards.
That's so sick.
You would be so good at a Shark Tank audition.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
Awesome.
Well, okay, tell us, how did you get into drinks and mixology and stuff?
Ooh, I'd
Take us
say-
back.
Take us back. The first, I think, legit people in Birmingham who set the stage for the cocktail scene were the early days of like Kerrigan's and Collins Bar. I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out, but they probably don't listen.
The Garage.
It's fine. Yeah,
I
Garage.
was gonna say,
And also like
the
Chez
Atomic
Fun.
was the Atomic back like OG.
Oh, no, this is older than that. It was like 2011, 2012.
Okay.
So I'd walk into like Kerrigan's, and they just had cocktails with stuff I'd never heard of before. They had a cocktail, I think I still have it, called Fightin' Words. It's rye, Fernet, Cokie Americana Rosa, orange blossom water, bitters, simple syrup. I think that's it. So I'd go there a lot, and I asked one of the bartenders, a guy named Ryan, I was like, can you give me this recipe? I want to learn how to make this cocktail, which means I had to buy every single ingredient. I didn't know any of that stuff. And I went home, and he didn't specify how much orange blossom water to use, and I put like a 1/4 ounce. If you're listening to this, like, it's a gag. You need like an eyedropper, like an eye drop. So anyway, I fixed that. But it got me on this train of cocktails are just like cooking a dish.
Yeah.
Time, balance of ingredients, the amount of salt you put into something is just like crafting a cocktail. So that started the journey, and then over the pandemic, again, had a lot of time to mess around with, fresh ingredients, like get better stuff shipped to the house, travel out for work. You got access to liquor stores that are not controlled by the ABC, which is awful, and like 20 years in the past.
What is the ABC? That's Alabama's beverage
control. Yeah, beverage control. A bunch of old dudes in Montgomery who legislate too many things, and our liquor is one of them. Shout out, Mima. Anyway, that's what started the journey, and kind of led to doing some of this stuff.
So did food come before mixology for you?
Yeah, the first 21 years of my life it was all food, and then I turned 21, and I definitely.
So where did the love for food come?
I can tell you that too. Oh gosh, I was living in Auburn. Like, this is a real story.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm making this up. I lived in Auburn over the summer of like 2009 or something like that, and I didn't have a lot to do. I was taking some summer classes, and I was like, one day watching. It was like a Robert Rodriguez film, and do you remember when you remember DVDs?
Yeah.
DVDs. Okay. Kind of not a joke. Like, my kids don't know what a DVD is.
I'm old enough that I know what DVDs, Blu-rays. I know floppy disks.
Blu-ray is the new vinyl.
Do you remember when people would put Easter eggs in?
Oh,
mini
yeah,
screens?
yeah.
Yeah. So you'd like open a movie for the first time and just toggle around with arrow keys on your remote control.
Yeah.
To see if like something lit up.
Yeah.
So there's some like Robert Rodriguez film, and he's hand making tortillas, and then makes like a potato and egg taco. I was like, I live around the corner from a Kroger. I could probably do this. It's like midnight. I'm trying to R&D making tortillas for the first time. And then I discovered Giada De Laurentiis on YouTube, this like Italian Food Network woman. She was just a goddess at the time, and I started watching a lot of her cooking shows. She would make this like shrimp linguine, arugula, lemon zest. It had shallots. I'd never bought shallots. I'd never heard of arugula before. And so it kicked off this love of exploring. They say in grocery stores, shop the outside. That's where all the cold stuff is, the fresh stuff. So that's what I started doing, and really fell in love with cooking. So
That's so sick. So did you cook like for your friends through college and stuff like that, or what? How did that journey go?
Yeah,
or you're just at home by yourself. You're just like, no, I gotta cook tonight, guys. Sorry, I can't go out.
No, I would definitely cook for my roommates. And you know how this is in college. People are very not dependable. So be like, hey guys, I'm cooking jambalaya on Tuesday night, and of course they're on campus, study late, like they totally just forget.
Yeah.
And so I would like cook and then eat by myself. But I was very dramatic. I'd love to rub. So I'd go back downstairs and just be sitting at a table when they got home in the dark, like, hey, there's some jambalaya on the stove.
Jambalaya in the fridge.
That's funny.
3 a.m.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd cook for friends, but really it was again the pandemic when you had time to explore and get good ingredients. I briefly had a very small, not impressive Instagram account, and Miss Rubin's Seasoning like was a sponsor, and so they would
No way.
they hooked me up with a lot of Miss Rubin's Seasoning, but would throw me like cash to go buy good meat from Son of a Butcher. Then I'd create like reels and videos and photos and edit them, put them out there, tag them. They'd repost a lot of sponsored content, shared content, and then really in like mid 2021, my travel was ramping back up, and we'd had another kid, and like I don't have time to do this anymore. But it was
in a bathtub.
It was a fun 2020 thing. Yeah.
Had another kid in a bathtub.
That is true.
Side tangent.
So William, so back in the day, back in 2020, I read this book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, and I said, and in this book, they tell you to simplify your life. They, as in the one guy, the author,
JMC,
John Mark Comer. And that book seriously revolutionized the way that I view life, live life. So in line with that theory of simplifying my life, I sent an email to the home group director, which I think was, I can't remember her name. She was like the women's director too, before we had a women's ministry.
Oh, before it.
Whoa, she works at Homewood Community Church. Anyways, so I emailed her and I was like, no, it was Fran at the time because he was shepherding. Anyway, so I emailed Fran and I was like, Fran, I would love to go to the nearest home group to my home. And I'm living in the Irondale area. And then I randomly got placed in a new home group with a little couple, William and Christy Harmon, being my leaders. It was awesome. But anyways, the reason I say that is because shortly thereafter, me and my girlfriend at the time, now wife, Gracie, got invited over for dinner. And it was...
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. I don't remember what you made, but it was like plated. And I was like, this is crazy. I've never seen somebody care about this. Like usually whenever you go over to a house, especially if the people have young kids, like you're kind of like the food's usually good, but it's, it's kind of like plopped on a plate if it's plated for you at all. And it was like some sort of chicken thing with like some crazy like puree sauce on top of it. And it was so good. And then a few months later, my roommate at the time, Zion, like reached out to William to teach him how to like grill steak for his now wife, Willoughby. So it was just crazy. And then, there was something else I was going to, and then,
I'll tell you the Zion story because I think it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, totally.
He was like, all right, do something special. I'm finally going to ask Willoughby to be my girlfriend. I think like say the L word or something. It was kind of kind of special. And he goes, I want to learn how to like cook a steak. And so we ended up going to Whole Foods and buying 2 of everything that he needed. So like 2 little bags of potatoes, 2 little things of asparagus, two steaks, and these are pretty large. And they went home and I cooked the entire meal for him. And like he helped me do it, like walk through the steps, talked about why we did things, like when to season, how to season. And then he and I just ate this meal. And then the next night he made the exact same meal
for
the exact same steps for his girlfriend.
Now wife.
And it worked. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, William's cooking. It's for falling in love.
That's right.
But like probably last year, I had the best food I've ever put in my mouth to this day. I don't know if you know this or not.
No.
But, and this is where it gets crazy because it's really easy to make like an exceptional, food that's like, it's like easy to make a steak taste like way better if you know how to cook it and if you salt it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But then like the best food I've ever eaten in my life is at our home group, like winter potlucks. 2 years ago, you made it for the first time. Last year, you made it again. But it's like a potato soup. It's like a white potato soup.
No way.
That has like Kaneka sausage in it.
Uh-huh.
And I could bathe in that. Come wintertime, or I guess like early fall, late fall. Because we always do it like Thanksgiving vibes. Yep. We have like my home group, which is like a group of adults at our church that like meet once a week. We like have a dinner once a semester. And that one potato soup is the best food I've ever had in my life. So I very much so accidentally came in touch with William because of this random email I sent years ago. But I've had the chance to dive in and meet you in the midst of your like when Harmon's cooks phase.
Yeah, you came twice, and then you moved to North Carolina for like a year or 2 years. But I think you had a moment, a crossroads, to say like, do I step back into this home group? Or do I start something new?
Mm.
And you came back.
I came back.
Prodigal son.
I remember thinking it was wild whenever I lived in North Carolina because I didn't have any plans to move back to Birmingham whenever I left. And every time I came back, you always spoke to me at church, and then when I was gone, we like texted and might have called once or twice. And I remember being like, why is this guy the best?
You are special to me, but I have like a debilitating I'm so extroverted, 7 Enneagram, off the charts.
Oh,
I
okay.
probably have, again, don't feel spot. I have like 45 conversations going at any given time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Drives my wife.
I'm kind of the
crazy
same
about
way.
that. I'll give you 2 quick tips on chowder because you didn't ask.
Please, for the love of God, give me tips on this.
The key to a really good soup, it's just a hack.
It's called chowder. It's not called a potato soup.
I think it's more of a chowder because of the consistency. Caramelize your veg, like your onion, garlic, whatever.
Okay.
Get an immersion blender and then like puree it, and then it's gonna add to the thickness of the soup, and just spread that oniony, roasty goodness into it. If you make black beans, same thing. Take a little bit of the black beans, puree them into a mash, and then mix that in with the rest of the pot of black beans, and you get this like great viscosity and flavor.
Wow. Tell me what viscosity means.
It usually describes like the thickness of a liquid.
Okay. And then earlier you said something like emulsify.
Emulsify. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It has to do with incorporating two different liquids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The emulsification. I think that was the word that you used.
Yep.
It's a cool word. I think cooking is interesting. Gracie and I were talking about this the other day, but I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like cooking isn't like, I grew up thinking cooking and the things surrounding cooking, like dishes, trash, it was like a chore. But I feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized that it's not a chore. It's like, that is quite literally your life. Like the preparation of the food and then the maintenance of your dishes is like, I don't know. It's kind of like a holistic way of thinking about it, I guess, which is pretty annoying now that I'm saying it out loud. But I feel like in a lot of ways, I grew up kind of hating it because it was like a chore list for me.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'm like slowly growing to really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
And one time I was talking to Jeff Heine about this, and I was like, dude, so like, what do you do from like 5 to 9? Like, I know that he's great from 9 to 5, but like, what do you do? And he was like, well, I leave every day around like 4:30 and then go to the grocery store, and I kind of just like pick something up to cook that night. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah.
Every night he goes to the grocery store?
I mean, probably there's like some sort of like variety in that, but like his usual 5 to 9 routine is he goes to the grocery store and picks up ingredients to cook dinner, and he cooks like all the time. Do you know that? Have you ever talked to him about that?
No, I have seen him at the grocery store though, so that makes sense.
One of the things I'm most strongly opinionated about, I think, is making the regular things in your life enjoyable.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, like,
And spending money on them too. I think that's something. But anyways.
yeah, like I wouldn't blame this on anyone in my family at all. I just feel like a lot of times growing up, I felt like certain things were they were chores, or just like you buy things out of necessity or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, sure, you buy food out of necessity. Sure, you drive a car out of necessity to get places, but you might as well like make that fun and interesting because like you have to drive your car to work every day. So you might as well make that fun and interesting. It doesn't have to be expensive,
Yeah.
or you have to eat every day. So you might as well like learn how to be good at it and like make it an art form,
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's a muscle.
And you have to be intentional about it, but like it makes everything in life better when it's done out of intention and trying to do it the best way that it could be done.
So what is that like for you? I mean, I know you're like an amazing cook whenever it comes to like you have the time and the capacity for it. But what about like, I mean, you have 3 kids. Like your life's probably busy. You travel, like you obviously don't cook when you travel. Like what are you doing on like an average, taking kids to practice and dance, whatever you call practice for dance, like like rehearsal. I don't know. Like when you like in between everything, like what does dinner look like for you?
Every day it's like an episode of Chopped, or you open their fridge. And you're like,
What can I make?
what do I have that isn't bad?
Yeah.
That's still fresh, and the kids will eat. And that's a pretty narrow overlap of the Venn diagram. My siblings, actually, I've got a sister, a couple sisters-in-law. They will send me sometimes pictures of their refrigerator, and just ask me, "What can I make with this?"
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's usually turns out to be like fried rice. You can always make a fried rice.
As an aside, I have certain foods that I call garbage foods, and it's a base that you can just throw whatever you have on, and it's like potatoes, rice. I think there's like 2 or 3 others. Anyway.
No.
Couscous.
Yeah.
Our go-tos are all like quesadillas. They'll always do grilled ham and cheese, little ham for the protein.
Yeah.
They'll do that. We eat a lot of chicken thighs. That's my kids'
I
favorite.
love
meal
chicken
right now.
thighs.
They're so cheap.
Yeah.
Aldi chicken thighs, $2.36 a pound. Hard to
Can't beat that.
Cow.
Yeah. If you don't have protein, you get. So they'll do that. Just pan saute them, throw them in the oven, like whatever you can do. But yeah, it's a lot of quick vegetables, and they like the Asian salad that Publix sells.
Really?
And
Yeah.
chicken thighs.
Yeah.
That's the only salad I don't like. Is
People come over
Asian
and your
salad.
kids are so sophisticated. They don't know that is the only thing.
That's funny.
I add that, whatever, is it cabbage? The purple stuff that's in the Asian
cabbage.
salad?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's just like
Can't do it.
it's stuck in my mouth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So do you are you a restaurant guy, or are you more of like a I cook guy? Does that make sense? I feel like those
Yeah.
can kind of be mutually
Ooh.
exclusive
question.
sometimes.
Here's a twist on that. I love restaurants, but I'm also
Get it out. Come on.
like, I don't order steaks in restaurants
Yeah.
because I think it's almost never worth it.
Yeah.
It's like they'll have to have some kind
Bro.
of cut that I can't get access to. Like Helen, I don't think I've ever ordered a steak, but they have this cut of like Iberico pork copa steaks.
Yeah, the pork is really unreal. Yeah.
Dude, can I just say, last night, I went to Chez Fon Fon, and there's just something about that place. I have a few thoughts, and I'm trying to turn them into questions in my brain right now for you. But like, what do you think it is about Chez Fon Fon that just makes it so elite? Because it feels like rather simple when you experience it, But for whatever reason, like I've been to Current in the past year. I've been to I've been to like Spring House. I've been to Helen.
Apiche.
And
or however you say it.
a PC or whatever it's called, which I loved a piece.
You've said it now 7 different.
I have no idea.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, though.
EPIC.
It's a Lebanese restaurant.
Yeah. And Helen kind of gets close, but I just feel like Chez Fon Fon there's just something about it. You might disagree with me and think that other places are just as good, but
No, this is a compliment. This is not a dig on Frank Stitt. He doesn't change the menu very often. If you went 7 years ago, you would have moulet frites, like mussels and fries. You've got the omelet, which is incredible. A little like green
Really?
on the side. Yeah. Like you're never gonna think to order it. Order it at dinner time. It'll blow your mind. It is perfect. They put a little cheese in the middle, roll it around. They have the burger. Obviously, people talk about those things have been on the menu for 10 years.
Wow.
He keeps it simple. He uses a hell of a lot of butter, which is it tricks your palate. It coats your mouth. It makes the food more like filling. It stays with you. You're like every bite, it stays in your mouth for longer because of how much butter. It's a French technique. But yeah,
interesting.
He's not doing anything new. He's just continually executing at a very high level on a menu that doesn't change that often. He does have specials. He's got a daily special. Brings new stuff in for sure.
You have fish,
but he knows what he's doing and he crushes it.
Yeah, I feel like the one thing that was surprising to me last night, like they came out and like they laid the steak knife down and then took the other knife back, and I don't know. There's just something about that where I'm like, I am about to pay. Like I'm excited to pay $100 for this right here.
Yeah.
You go to restaurants too that just opened up. Like Helen's a great example. It's fine dining.
Yeah.
But I think their server's uniform is like jeans and a button down.
Yeah.
And then you go to Fon Fon and like they haven't changed the uniform.
No, and they're wearing suits.
Suits. Or
Yeah, I
tuxedos or
love
whatever.
that too.
White
like
aprons, yeah.
it's so awesome. I feel like I was talking about this today with Charlie. I got my haircut. Charlie's my barber, and I feel like whenever I went to Current, like it was the same. It's like S tier prices, so it's like $100 minimum when you go to Current, and they are really living into like the weird restaurant in the South thing, which I love. Same thing with like even Automatic maybe, and Automatic's obviously got amazing, like people freak out about oysters, and I personally don't like oysters, so I can't relate with that. But they like Current was really living into like we're a restaurant in the South, and they're more like laid back. Their uniforms are more laid back, and then also like the server was like more like kind of chill. Like definitely wasn't gonna like put my like. One thing that Chez Fonfon did was like the lady walked with me to my table. I sat, like she pulled the chair back for Gracie and myself and then handed us the menu. Whereas like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the things at Current were pretty like systemized and like pretty hands off or something. And I don't know, I just feel like whenever I go to a place and I'm going to pay that much for food, I kind of want all of that. But everything about Chez Fonfon was seamless, which I just like absolutely loved. But when I went to Springhouse, though, I got a Wagyu steak, and it was bad. Like it was like very, very bloody, but it was seared on the outside, and I was like pretty bummed. But it makes sense though, because I was like, we didn't go till 8. It was like 9:15 whenever I actually got the steak. I mean, they're probably like at the point where they're excited to clean up the kitchen, and then they get an order for like a super nice steak or something. It's like the oven's freaking hot because it's been on all night. Like, I don't know. I think that's super interesting. Tell me more about that take.
Typically, I think cheaper steak places tend to overcook meat. I think higher end places tend to undercook meat.
Huh.
Partially, I think their clientele is going to be people that, whether they actually feel this way or they think it's what you're supposed to say, always order their steak medium rare. People... I talked about that social media platform, Facebook. There's some Facebook groups just about grilling meat. And you really go down into like, I just grill on a Weber kettle. I'm in some of those groups. And people are bragging about like, a good vet could bring this back to life. I mean, it's just barely cooked. I think if you've got a pretty well marbled piece of meat, order it medium. Let the fat render out a little bit well. If it's like a filet mignon, probably medium rare on the rare side is better because you don't have a lot of fat and connective tissue you're trying to break down. So order your preference, order to the cut of steak. Don't necessarily always say the same temperature every single time.
I do have a loose rule for myself that most of the time when I go eat places, I want to order something I can't easily make at home because it's something interesting and new and different that, again, it's not the regular like 7 to 10 meals that we make all the time. Yep. I've also heard it said that like people typically eat, I think it's some very small number of dishes, like 5 to 7 dishes that you just have on rotation. Do you find that you guys are eating kind of the same thing, or are you always trying to explore with what you're cooking at home?
Oh, see previous comment about my kids are really into chicken thighs and Asian salad.
Fair.
We struggle as parents. We've got 3 kids, 6 and under. How much importance do we put on a family dinner where we're all sitting at the table because it's the right thing to do? Like everyone says, you should have those moments, but like having dinner with 3 kids sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
So we might make dinner for them, put them to bed, and then I've gone to Son of a Butcher or Greenwise Market or whatever and experimented, bought something new. My wife really likes anything Thai influenced. So, getting a lot of lime, a lot of basil, palm sugar, like doing a pad thai from scratch is kind of what I'm into right now.
That's sick.
Also, you cook a lot, right? Claire's been in school.
Claire cooks a lot.
Time. Yeah. What do you do when she's in school?
Run
to the pod.
I'm really good at guacamole.
Yeah,
that's facts.
I'm good at these are things I feel willing to claim because I do think I'm decent at them. Guacamole, grilled cheese, like a really dressed up grilled cheese. I like dressing up simple foods.
Tell me about the cheese.
Well,
since you asked,
pepper jack cheese, typically something that's like a
Okay. Well, all the grilled cheese people just stopped listening.
yeah. I was gonna say typically just like a Sargento or something, but I'm typically dressing it up with like a few vegetables of some kind and some kind of like Kaneka sausage or something. So and then usually we'll do some kind of sourdough bread that's if we really go out of our way, Continental Bakery sourdough or something like that. If not, Public sourdough is good enough, and then. It's honestly it's not that fancy, I wouldn't say, but like in the winters,
I think grilled cheese might be the best food.
In the winters, if
like
you do, like basil leaves, Kaneka,
Kaneka
couple different, like if you do like some cheddar and pepper jack on it, on like a Continental Bakery sourdough with some tomato soup, that's like our Sundays in the fall.
Give me that.
It's pretty fire.
Get you some like Gruyere, a little brie, some green apple slices.
Dude, William Harmon loves some brie.
Dude, I love the like fruit and sweet thing with the savory food. Claire doesn't love that. Like my favorite sandwich is there's a green apple ham and cheese sandwich at River Street Deli in Chattanooga.
Yes, bro.
And that's probably like my favorite sandwich because it's literally just like cheddar, ham, apple, like a what's it called, apple spread or whatever.
Yeah, apple butter
jam. Yeah, and then like thin slices of Granny Smith apples. Fantastic.
Granny Smith apples.
Good choice.
Anyway, that's typically where I go, is like dress up something that's ordinarily just like really simple.
Similar to grilled cheese, do you think you have any sleeper pick best foods of all time?
Ooh, hard to beat comfort foods, and I think that's what grilled cheese kind of is. Things that remind you of your childhood. I'll tell you, one dish my mom used to cook all the time was taking chicken breast, you pound it, you cut it into strips, and you weave it in between Kaneka sausage chunks on a skewer. You grill that, and so you've got like the chicken and the sausage really getting to know each other in the heat. In the club. Like that is a flavor to me that is so nostalgic, but it's also like really good. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that would make me rededicate my life to Jesus Christ. That would be so.
I'm really stoked to get a Blackstone now that I have a house and have a back deck that I can cook on. And so I think there's about to be a whole new world of. Also, our Canterbury, the apartment we used to live in, was so small that we couldn't both cook together because there was like the stove and one counter, and so we just couldn't cook together. And so now we have a whole kitchen with an island and everything. So Claire and I are venturing into the world of like cooking together, which we're really excited about.
Big steps in your relationship there.
Big steps.
Dude, it's hard to beat a smash burger though. Like
True.
Greatest of all time.
Honestly. Yeah, if you get a good caramelized onion on anything.
Yeah.
It's just kind of hard to beat that flavor.
Does
especially with red meat. If it just pairs. Which, speaking of, we got the burger last night at Chez Fun Fun. And they straight up, I mean, they give you a whole slice of a red onion, beautifully caramelized in that burger. Like, it's crazy.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Does Christy cook?
She follows a recipe. She would tell you that too.
Yeah.
It's not something she sees as like an art form.
Right.
She's going to create something new, but yeah, I mean, I'm on the road a lot, so she keeps the kids alive.
Yeah. I think I'm more on I follow a recipe world. I want to get past that, and I will. But
one day.
It's like cocktails where you can spec it out or you can just follow principles. Like any sour cocktail you want to make, like a margarita or gimlet, a daiquiri, whatever, whiskey sour, you kind of follow a basic ratio of, however strong you want it, 2 ounces of a spirit, maybe like 3/4 of an ounce of acid, 3/4 of an ounce of sugar, or 3/4 and a half if you like a little bit less sweet. You just apply that across the board to any sour cocktail. If you're using like grapefruit juice and a little bit of lemon, and you've got like a rosemary simple syrup you made, just keep the ratios the same. Throw some gin in there, and it's probably going to taste pretty good.
Yeah.
Cooking's kind of like that for me, where I'll make something, people are like, just give me the recipe. I didn't use a recipe. It's just, I put some seasoning into it, and I check the checking temperatures is like the one thing in a restaurant. Everyone has a thermometer. They're just making sure that they're nailing the temperature on stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how they cook it.
What, so like Saturday night, kids have a babysitter. Shout out to whoever your
Ruthie,
babysitter.
Ruthie Walker.
Yeah,
Sally
Ruthie.
and Peacock, Ella Hill,
Yeah.
Ella
right.
Walker,
Shout out
Sally
to-
and Tolbert. Sorry,
Both Ellas.
and
Shout out-
Ella Eddins.
shout out
Golly,
to
I just
Ella,
did two.
Ella, Sally, Ruthie. Anyway, date night. You and Christy going out. What's the move?
We love Cayo Coco.
Yeah.
The vibe in there. I'm gonna butcher the Spanish. They have a giant mural when you walk into the left. Los bebidos hacen milagros or something like that. It's the drinks work miracles. The drinks are amazing here, and that's true. They have also been a big inspiration for sauces and plating and thinking through the aesthetics. It is the most cliche thing to say, like you eat with your eyes first, but you do, and what you smell, what you hear, what you see comes before you even taste the food. They do a really good job of creating this environment that feels tropical and different and fun, transports you into a different point in time. Cayo is really cool, and then you've got Pilcrow right underneath there. If you need a nightcap, great little spot. Obviously, the essential change places with Lafette. We like both of those joints. Shoe shop, man. Shout out Adiba Khan. You should have her on the.
We should,
on the
yeah.
pod. Dang.
There's so many people.
Dude, if you wanna help us get connected with her,
I can make an intro.
that's what Gracie and I's answer. We have two answers, one for the summer and one for the fall.
That's good. That's good.
Or one for the cold, one for the warm. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
Warm is Golden Age Wine Garden.
This is like Deeb's and I talk all the time. Like,
oh wow,
Japanese spirits.
he's showing me their text message thread.
yeah,
They
like
text a lot.
Do you like sake a lot?
I love sake.
Sake,
But also Deeb's is really good about like
Nagasake.
hey,
One part eggnog, one part sake. Every time I think of that word, I think of that episode of The Office.
I know, and try it. It's a brutal drink. Try it sometime. Deeb's really good about. It's a Friday night. We're going to an Alabama Theater show, and like I can text her as the show's getting out. Like, can you save a spot at the bar? And she's my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that's our spot all winter long. I always get the burn ends add on in the. It's not ramen. No, it's ramen. I can't remember if it's ramen or pho.
It's ramen.
Yeah,
It's ramen.
But it is genuinely like the best vibe ever when you walk in there when it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
And you get some piping hot ramen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best.
I used to know a bunch of the shoe shop people because I worked right next door. So they'd all come in and get bunches of black coffee at like 6 p.m.
You went to
right when
Rev
it
for a
closed.
little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that.
I took Zion's job at Rev when he left.
I do remember that.
And then I worked there for almost a year.
Man. So obviously I'm not mentioning the heavy hitters like Bayonet, Crushers It, Helen. We talked about Current and Fun. We have a great Italian scene.
Yeah.
Bottega, Beitola, La Fresca, Zaza. I mean, there's so many to name, but I think you can't support every restaurant. My personal philosophy is don't try something new every week. Like, go to a restaurant and keep supporting them. Like, it's a win-win. They know you, they know your face. Sometimes they'll bring stuff out of the kitchen, to try, or like, hey, we're testing a new cocktail. What do you think about this? They greet you. It's easier to get tables if you have an in. And you are
I love that
supporting them in
actually.
that way.
Yeah, I've never heard that perspective.
I think it's fun too. Whenever you do have that contact, which is a super interesting part of your story too. Like, I mean, that was like kind of what you did for the longest time. Like, that's how you met. How do you pronounce her name? Adiba?
Adiba.
Yeah. That's how you met Adiba. And then also you got really close to someone at Atomic, or was that Adiba that you got, or was it Adiba that you got close with that year? Whenever you and Christy would like go and hang out. There was some bartender that y'all got to be like really close with.
I mean, there's a bunch. It's like, this is going to be like a list of people who I think are crushing it in Birmingham right now. I guess this is not a surprise pick. You have to name Jose Medina Camacho, who is
Friend of the pod.
Goat.
He is crushing it, obviously recognized on national scale. He's been a friend for a long time. In 2020, when things were kind of shut down, he would like make like true, he's from Michoacan, he would make true Mexican food from his house, like beef cheek braised tacos. And I'd just Venmo him and he'd come to our front yard. He lived in East Lake at the time and we were in Roebuck Springs. Just come to the front yard, drop it off. It was like a hostage negotiation. Like, I've left a case of beer for you on the top step. Put the food down, back away slowly. And this was like May of 2020. We didn't know it was
in the
happening.
heat.
So he's been a great friend for a long time, and it's been awesome to see his growth. People that are also crushing it who haven't yet been recognized at that level. Just say, man, Nick at Kaio is doing a lot of clarified stuff. He was at Haberdasher in Mobile for a long time. Fantastic cocktail bar. They're crushing it. Obviously, Josh Schaff is the managing partner there, and like they crush it at the cocktail competitions. And there's a guy named Gentry who works at Tucana right now, who's kind of a wizard. The managing partner at Tucana is Nikki Van. She was at Queens Park for a long time. Birmingham, there are no new bartenders being created in Birmingham. They just rotate between locations.
Was the guy at Bygones used to be at Collins, right?
Yeah. So the two guys that started Bygones are Philip Crow and Mike Toby McKenzie. And they were OG Collins Bar guys back when Josh Schaff was running Collins Bar before Kaio. And they did a lot of they had a side hustle called Fortified Hospitality for several years, doing like pop-ups and receptions and parties. But now that they've opened their own thing, like y'all go to Bygones, they're bringing back that level of white tablecloth hospitality to know your name. Remember if you like that cocktail sweeter or less sweet. That's the kind of stuff that they want to hang on to, so you have the best experience possible.
That's so cool.
They literally have made me rethink evenings at my home because they have the most hygge vibe ever in there. It's just like so cozy. And they like the only candle lit. So anyways, the other day whenever I was like just chilling at the house at night, and I was like, how can I do that? And I turned off all the lights, candle lit, and just read. It was awesome. I was like, I can get this at home too. I don't have to go somewhere and pay a lot of money for it.
It's really, really cool.
I love that how many places you could go to in Birmingham. Like I think it's crazy. I think it's fascinating. I've gotten more and more convinced that you literally can't make it in Birmingham unless you like are for Birmingham. Like I think that local places disproportionately do well here for a small city. Obviously, I think that like when you go to New York or if you go to like Nashville, like things are going to be. But also, I don't know. I think it's different than Nashville in the sense of like when you open up a Taco Bell in Nashville, the Taco Bell is probably going to be like okay or something. Or if like Hattie B's in Nashville probably is like way better than the Hattie B's here. Like whenever there's like those like medium chains, like not like actual chains, but like medium chains. Like Joyland kills it in Nashville, and here it's like they're kind of just like from Nashville, and they're great. We ate it for lunch and stuff. But anyways, I feel like if Joyland was like from Birmingham and they were like Birmingham rocks, I grew up here, they would be doing like 4 times better or something like that.
William, have you ever thought about opening your own restaurant or bar?
Man, starting a food and beverage business is scary enough. I would not want to do a brick and mortar situation where like our overhead is actually very, very low in terms of like staffing, insurance, like rent, whatever. If I did order a restaurant, I feel like it would have to be a beverage first concept. I have given this some thought. You have like 5 or 6 cocktails. You've got like 8 or 10 beers on draft, and then like 5 or 6 small plates that are easy to execute really, really well. I don't think I'd want to do a full service restaurant. Food costs are insanely high right now.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized that was the concept of 5, the restaurant in Lakeview that closed down a couple years ago. But yeah, keep it a simple menu, seasonal items, like 1 page. When you walk into a restaurant, shout out every Mexican restaurant in Birmingham, and there's like a 7-page menu, that's a huge red flag because there's no way they can execute on that many dishes, even if they are like
at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my gosh, it's a fun book.
I was at Cracker Barrel the other day, and I kind of realized that their entire menu was pretty much just the same thing.
Potatoes, meat, cheese.
Yeah.
But it's just they call it different words.
Eggs and a meat and a bread.
Our
your business partner's here.
Oh my god,
Looks like Brock.
That does look like Brock.
That man ate that pineapple. My favorite soundbite from any episode, shout out Hannah, was like, who is that delicious man? Yeah. And then he left and was replaced by a different
another
maintenance
man.
guy. Yeah.
Shout out to the guy behind me.
Yeah.
Blowing off the debris from this house.
Hold on. This is the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many of these things? This is the quintessential said no one ever.
Yeah.
Like, no one walked in and said, I wish they had avocado toast, meatballs, ricotta cheese toast, New Orleans Cajun shrimp, baked brie truffle with honey butter, chicken and biscuits, Parmesan. They have pasta at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should cut the whole menu, have like a handful of hamburgers and 30 cheesecakes and call it a day.
Guys, you know what I bet they do? I bet they're all pre-made. And they freaking
100%.
I bet they microwave them and then give it to us.
Carnitas, I'd love Cheesecake Factory to have Mexican food now. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I know they do cheesecake. I don't know what their like focus with food is because the menu is so
I don't
vast.
think they do.
they have so many egg rolls. They have an egg roll sampler.
I will say their cheesecake is fire.
Wait.
It is.
So you go down the menu. I'm tickled by this.
Yeah.
You've lost me. You go to the menu, and then there's just a drop down for 14 more appetizers, as if the first 26 weren't enough. You open this up, and there's ahi poke nachos.
I feel like every time there's like a food that catches on as a trend, like avocado toast, they're like, okay, just add it to the menu.
Who's that angry guy that does bar rescue? John something, the huge Italian guy.
Yeah.
I feel like send him into that restaurant and just be like, burn it to the ground.
Cut
Just-
it all. Cut it all. We're doing
Yeah.
just cheesecake. People can't eat dinner here anymore.
I was listening to a Shane Gillis podcast. I listened to a podcast this week.
Wow.
Look at you.
I was listening to a Shane Gillis podcast episode where he went to a cheesecake. They went and sat him at a table outside, and they sat out there for like 10 minutes. No one came, and then he went and found a busboy, and he was like, "Hey," or his girlfriend or wife, I don't know who it is, went into the busboy and was like, "Hey, like we've been sitting outside for a while. Like, can you send someone to come see us?" And he was like, "Oh, you have to be like seated first before someone can come see you." And they're like, "Oh no, like we got seated out here." And he was like, "Yeah, right." And then Shane was like, "Are you being serious right now? Like we're not."
Do you know who I am?
And then the guy was like, "Yeah, whatever, dude." Like thinking that he
That's
was like lying.
crazy.
And he was like, "Are you serious? Like walk up to the front counter with me. Like I'll tell you." Like the guy with the blue shirt sat us, and the guy was like, "No one has a blue shirt on here." And he was like, "Do you think that I'm lying to you right now?"
But what if a random customer was like, I'm going to seat them?
like,
That's
but the
crazy.
girl, like, he went up to the front desk, and the two people are at the front where one of the girls was the girl who sat him, and the other one was another girl. And then the guy was like, "Hey, this guy thinks that he got sat, but like he didn't." And then the girl who didn't seat them was like, "I've never seen him before in my life. Like, get him out of here." And then the girl who did seat them, like, looked down at the computer and wouldn't look up. And Shane was like, "What is happening right now? Like, is this real?" But it was at the Cheesecake Factory in Irvine, California.
Ashton Kutcher jumps out. You've been punked.
It literally is like, what is going on? But yeah, he said
Shane Gillis question.
He went to Starbucks. Line was 40 people long, and then he stood in line forever just to get like 5 people away. And the guy was talking to everybody for like 5 minutes, and then he got to 5 people away and overheard him say they're out of coffee. And he was like, "Never mind."
Do you think that Shane Gillis, terrible thought, has ever used his Uncle Danny impression for ill?
We're good.
Oof.
What if he muscles up to the front of that Starbucks line as Uncle Danny?
Surely he did like in high school.
No one is going to
Oh,
tell him
yeah.
to
Like before he was famous, I'm sure that was. he
Dude,
used that.
his ESPYs thing was, I mean, that was crazy.
It was funny. It was funny.
If I pulled the strings at ESPN, I'm only letting Shane Gillis and Peyton Manning host the ESPYs.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
It was
It was
awesome.
so funny seeing them pan to people in the audience, and these
they
like,
had no idea
ladies
what
didn't
to
know
do.
who he was, and they were not laughing. And so he would like drop a joke and be like, "All right, that one didn't work. On to the next one."
No, I didn't write it. So funny.
He reads the joke and he looks up and he's like, "Oh, y'all are gonna crucify me for this one." And then it's like, whatever, I'll do it.
It's crazy. I don't know how we. Oh, Cheesecake Factory is freaking crazy though.
Yeah.
It's one of those places for sure. That's like if you were to ask anyone that works at Cheesecake Factory, who's your boss's boss, they would have literally no
Zero
idea.
clue. Yeah. Probably has
What's
never
your
been to a restaurant.
what's your guilty pleasure food? Like a place like Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden or something.
Yeah, what's your off-brand trait?
I like screwing with fast food menus. Like, you go to Chick-fil-A, you get the spicy sandwich, you order the mac and cheese on the side, you put it together.
Yeah.
Those are kind of fun combinations. You can do a bunch of stuff at Taco Bell. Those people could not care less. So you're like, all right, give me 2 quesadillas, like extra toasted. Take the inside of a burrito, put them between the 2 quesadillas, like give that to me in a sleeve. They'll do it. So it's mostly like hacking fast food menus, but man, nothing beats like a Crunchwrap Supreme. But like it's like a reverse expiration date where it's actually not good during the daytime. It's only good like at 2 a.m.
Right.
That's kind of a guilty pleasure. I'm trying to think of a chain that is, who's making a comeback? Chili's.
Yes.
Yeah, low key.
I watched a interview and a podcast with their CEO, and he just broke down like full transparency. Like, we kind of sucked the last couple of years. We're gonna change the pricing. We're gonna take a bunch of crap off our menu. Been talking about that.
Yeah.
To make it easier for people to understand, and like everything's gonna be fresher and faster and whatever. And nobody else in the whatever that chain category is seems to be taking like a fresh look at revitalizing their chain. So
Red
out Chili's.
Lobster, take notes.
I went on a whole soapbox on here a few months ago
They
about
lost money on
the
the shrimp
Outback
thing.
menu.
Yeah.
Too many people ate too many shrimp. Like they couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Outback's not bad. Longhorn Steakhouse though. Every Longhorn in America has their own like their single barrel of Knob Creek, and they'll do an old fashioned with it for like $9.99, and it's 2 ounces of a 120 proof single barrel Knob Creek pick, and then it's a decent old fashioned.
I didn't know
So
that.
like, yeah, Longhorn.
Wow.
Shut up.
I would literally have never known
I know.
that.
I know. Airports, man. Airports have Longhorns.
Do you get to travel, or when you travel, do you get to eat at like nice places when you go wherever you're going, or is it kind of like,
Taco
to-do
Bell,
Yes.
Crunchwrap
Taco
Supremes.
I make it a point. I have one coworker who is a big gym nut, and he plans his stays around, is there a CrossFit gym and is there a Chili's next door?
That's crazy.
And he's a consistency person. He wants the same meal that tastes the same way every single time. I could, yeah,
Can't.
that's not for
Can't
me.
do it.
So yeah, I'm always looking at local recommendations, and then like Google or like Eater. I'm not saying I take their word as law, but it's a good place to say like, what are the 20 most buzzy places? I can scroll through and like, okay, that looks interesting. Let me check their menu out.
Do you use
Like-
Belly? BELI?
Yeah, shout out. Hannah was talking about that. No, I don't think so.
Okay. It's like Goodreads for restaurants is what I can tell.
Okay.
I've used it a little bit, but I only know 1 or 2 other people who use it, so it's not, I just forget to log with the places I eat. But what I really like is that you can create like a master list of like best restaurants you've ever been to. So when you log El Royale, then you say like, oh, it's good, 3 stars, 4 stars out of 5 or whatever. And then it'll rank them next to other 4 or 5 star or whatever rankings that you have. So it'll say, okay, that was good. So how does it compare to Bamboo on second? And you're like, well, I think I like Bamboo better. And they're like, okay, well, how did it compare to, Zaza? Well, I don't know. It's probably a little better than Zaza. Not actually. I think Zaza's probably better. But
Yeah.
like you can rank order. And so then I just have like a master list of like the top 50 restaurants I've ever eaten at or whatever, which I think is kind of cool.
What was number 10 in your top 10?
I haven't looked at it in so long that I genuinely don't know, but
But like anecdotally, what's a good not great restaurant?
yeah, I like that question.
Wait, what did he ask? What's your number one?
What's my number 10 on my like rank order best restaurants?
Like it's still a top 10 restaurant for you, but
Yeah.
it's like number 10.
Gosh, I just pulled up the app. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm curious what you would say. Let me think for a second.
It's probably Blue Pacific. That's probably higher than 10.
Dude, BP's good, man. I love that their initials are a gas station.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
I feel like it's for me, it's probably like maybe East West.
Yeah, I think that's what you said on
Something
the,
like
on the
that.
pod too. Yeah, East West is good.
It's really good. It's still in the top 10.
The rice
but
bowls are good.
but it's like usually I'll pick bamboo first or something like that.
A
Kind of
place
a
that
different thing, but
I didn't think I'd be into, but then I had kids, and now it makes sense. Is Taco Mama?
yeah.
It's very consistent. It always tastes the same. It is not like our best Mexican or like best taco, whatever, by a long shot. But it's priced pretty well.
Yeah.
You can build your own salad for like $13, and they'll put barbacoa and unlimited toppings. And their toppings include like queso, shredded cheese,
Guacamole.
avocado, and guacamole.
Yeah.
You can put them both on there.
Yeah.
Unlimited toppings for like $13. It's so big, it's 2 salads, or we split it and take it home. But they're so good with our kids. They'll come around and be like, let me clean it up for you, get a high chair for you, throw you an extra taco.
Yeah.
Shout out Taco Mama.
Ruby Rosa in Manhattan was my number 10.
Uh,
And then if I just do Birmingham,
Please do.
my number 10 is East West. Literally.
no way.
Yeah, that's actually funny.
I bet mine is East West.
Pizza
probably.
Grace is at 9, and Batola is at 11, and Blue Pacific is at 12.
East West has a new GM, beverage director. Shout out to Stacey Chappell.
Wow.
Who is kind of revitalizing their cocktail menu. So I've gone a lot recently. He's doing some really cool stuff.
That's dope.
Falafel Cafe is my number 8. That's
Nice.
maybe my hottest take.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your number 10? Did you answer already?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good ones. I'm trying to think somewhere that we have like it's good, not great. I mean,
When we've asked it in the past, we asked what is the worst best restaurant in town or something like that.
Because
And-
there's like tiers you can put on there. Like there's like great, like I forget what they're called.
like S tier, A tier, B tier, whatever.
yeah.
Red Pearl was kind of what we landed on.
Oh yeah, that is a good choice.
Yeah.
I have no problem sending somebody there. Cool experience. I went one time with a missionary friend who spoke Mandarin.
No way.
And,
No way.
That was the sickest thing for them because we were all like a bunch of white guys.
Yeah.
And he comes over and just pulls the guy aside and starts, and like, sure, he was flexing, but like, what an awesome flex.
No, yeah.
You can speak Mandarin.
If you can speak Mandarin, you can flex that whenever,
Oh my gosh.
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
way off menu ordering.
that's so cool.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, maybe it is like Taco Mama or something in that. It's going to be good. It's going to be consistent, but it's also not. It's not winning awards.
Taco
Right.
Mama's my number 46.
Okay.
You want to
Wait,
know my
wait till you
my
have kids.
bottom ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frothy Monkey at 51, Tasty Town at 50, the
Really?
Rougarou at 49,
Tasty Town was your number 10. I think,
Luca
on the-
Was it?
Luca's 48, Melt at 47.
Did you really not like Tasty Town?
I've been to Tasty Town legit 5 times, and all 5 times I've been like, this is so like Mediterranean food has the potential of being like the best food
Yeah.
in the world, and their food there is like it also just like when you go to Falafel Cafe and then you go to Tasty Town, it's like, why is this so bad? Like, it's not that hard. Like,
Because you ate too much of it, and then you falafel later. That was it. I've held myself to 1.
that's
it.
actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
A true dad was on the podcast. He held himself to 1.
I
you-
had an amazing experience at Tasty
What did you
Town.
eat when you were there?
I know we got the hummus to start, which was really good, I thought.
Yeah.
And I've been there like 2 or 3 times. I know one time I got a what's their version of like a taco, whatever that's called.
gyro.
A gyro. I got a gyro one time. And I can't remember what I got the first time. The first time Claire and I went and we did like the whole thing, get dessert and everything or whatever. And it was amazing.
I really want you to go to a Pise and tell me that you would ever. Actually, that's such a mean thing to say online. I like don't. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. A Pise is so good.
Yeah, I haven't been yet. We were choosing between El Royale and a Pise the other day. We chose El Royale.
We're going to El Royale like in 2 weeks. Finally got on the list.
El Royale might right now be my worst of the good restaurants.
Really?
I think they're still figuring out service, and like,
Definitely.
it's really slow. It's kind of overpriced for like the drinks are
They
16
had
or
a
17 bucks.
They had a guac that has like peaches and cheese or something on it, and it was amazing.
No, this is from a guac guy.
Yeah, I've heard the design is like unbelievable, like coolest restaurant in Birmingham, but the food's not that good. That's what I've heard.
The food is good. I'm just not sure it's worth what you're paying for it. crazy expensive.
Yeah, but I'm also like I'm pretty excited to go still. Even I mean I don't know, like the same kind of thing applies to like a lot of restaurants in Birmingham. Like the food, like bad food here is like pretty freaking good still.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm still probably gonna like slurp it up and lick my plate.
My move, if you want to try this, would be you can split the margarita pitcher, split the steak plate. It's like a fajita plate. It's
Okay.
definitely for 2 people, and then get a guac, and it's still going to cost you $100,
Yeah,
but it's going to cost you $175 if you
yeah.
get everything else.
We're going for Gracie's graduation with their fam. I'm excited because they're from Austin. I feel like
get
it's
what you want.
actually
They'll
going to
pay
be
for
like, oh yeah, no, but I feel like they're from Austin and they have like high standards for, you know, and I really hope that, but also like she gets fajitas and a marg, like that's what Danny gets. So like they don't, food wise, I feel like they're going to be able to kill it, but the vibes I feel like are going to hold up. They're going to be like, yes.
Yeah,
it is funny too.
cool.
Like they live in Austin. They have the coolest, best restaurants ever in their city. For like, it's one of the only cities that I'm like, holy cow. And like when it comes to food, and they eat at the, you know, like they also have their versions of just kind of like sweatpants Mexican, and they love it still. And I'm like, even though they could be going to El Royale, but for cheaper, like any time that they want, because that's just like how Austin, you know, you don't have to like pay $40,000 in an AC bill to keep cacti alive in Austin. You can just kind of like put them outside, you know?
True.
So design's a little bit cheaper there.
True.
Yeah, the vibe inside of El Royale is unreal. Yeah. And they have this like pea gravel courtyard thing that's like amazing while you wait.
That's so cool.
Pretty fantastic.
William, what's the dream, man? Take us home.
Let's do it. This is kind of the dream. It's I was talking to my brother on the phone last week, and he was like, "Don't be afraid to quit your job for this thing. You know, not right now, but in 6 months or a year, if this starts taking off."
Yeah.
And I think I would. You know, there's a lot. There's like it comes with like a certain lifestyle that I think would be challenging with kids as a dad, but it's exciting to be on the precipice of like either something really great or absolutely nothing. This could completely fall flat.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks, whatever it is. But it's exciting to have an idea and then, like, I don't know, these look really cool.
They look so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the way they turn out. They feel good, and it's a thing that some co-packer in Lebanon, Tennessee made this, not me in my kitchen. It's like that, in that sense, like I've already achieved part of the dream, but it would be doing stuff like this full time.
Yeah.
It's also like an amazing business model. Anything that has like a consumption element to it, because then if you find the right customers, they are recurring customers who continue to buy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then one day,
subscriptions. Yeah. The Mile High Club is kind of our subscription model.
yeah.
Then one day Nestle buys it.
Gosh. I've thought about like at what point would I sell out to corporate America? And it would take a lot of money, but I would probably do it.
If you think about it, like Blue Bottle, like I still go to Blue Bottle, even though it's owned by Nestle. Like I don't hate my times at Blue Bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a number.
Yeah, there's a number always.
There's a number.
So market testing, impressions of the cocktails.
Oh,
favorite
like
thoughts?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would be stoked if I got that. Like we said earlier, like in any bar. I'd be like,
I think the whiskey sour might have been my favorite.
Okay.
yeah, I feel like whiskey sours are just kind of pretty fun.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I like the margarita by far is like it was my favorite.
Color pops too. Real blood
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about like a cosmopolitan. It's kind of making a comeback thanks to the newer Sex and the City stuff coming
Mhm.
out. A daiquiri, classic, like
Love
lime and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with it. And then I've looked at some things that would require having non-alcoholic versions of liquors or liqueurs, like a Negroni. I'd have to get an NA Campari and an NA Vermouth, but I could do something like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like gimlets are on the table. Nothing too complicated. I could do a version of a espresso martini. I think it'd be pretty good.
You could do a mule.
Vanilla beans. Yeah. So bubbles are interesting. We are wrapping this up.
Yeah.
Ginger syrup, and you'd order like a gin and soda, and the ginger and the lime is what's in our bottle.
Yeah.
It's not carbonated, but yeah, something like that.
That's so
Anyway,
cool.
that's the dream.
I'm stoked about this. This is so cool. And I love your packaging and your branding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
It's so cool.
Sweet. William, thank you so much for being on, man. This was actually so much fun. It's always great to chat. Like I said, you always got like the coolest stuff going on, so it's fun to celebrate. It's really easy to celebrate too.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I'd like love, one day to have your business partner on too.
One day.
You never named him, so like
We'll talk. Brock Vogel.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Shout out, Brock.
If you listen to this this long, you know the other face.
That's right.
He looks just like the guy that was edging the.
So take a picture.
Yeah, but thank you so much for being on. Really grateful for you. This was fun.
You're on.
Guys, these will be on shelves near you soon, especially after he goes to the Alabama Rum Festival last Friday.
Link in bio.
Link in bio, milehighmixers.com. .com question mark?
.com.
Love it. Cheers. Thanks all for listening. Cheerio then. Bye. Have a good old August.
Adios.
5th or 14th. Bye.